2024 promises to be an outstanding year with amazing new cars, trucks, SUVs. We're going to share my personal favorites, the best vehicles in the industry available for 2024 of each particular vehicle segment. Let's get into it now.
Life's too short to drive boring cars.
For 2024, the best luxury car coming out this year simply because it's different, it's new, it's fresh, and it's reliable. That's this unit right here. What are we talking about? Well, here we have a Lexus, as you'll notice, and it has a revised set of nostrils right there. The front end's quite different, very sparky looking. You have some little grills on there and a unique style of grill up front, which makes it a little bit different from all the other old style grills like this. And so as you circle around, you see the great headlights and beautiful wheels. Color keyed trim around there, as well as LC500 type mirrors. As well, circle around and you'll notice it has a very squared off utilitarian back end, and the vehicle is clearly meant for utility use. But it is very luxurious as well. Here we have the great taillight finishing, of course a light bar along the back, and the new script. It's a great looking detail along the side with some great lines, and an absolutely gorgeous center section right here with all the luxury amenities. Then in the middle section you have tons of knee room for larger passengers, and there's even more space with a third row. Now you can get this in a 350 or a 550. I'd recommend going with the 550H. It gives you the 3.5 liter V6, which actually puts out about 269 horse, made it up to an electric motor. It gives you a combined output of over 400 ponies. So it's a beautiful vehicle, but it meets the intent of luxury, quality, reliability, and certainly there's a fair amount of function built in there. You get the upgraded V6 engine and you'll have no issues with performance either. Sometimes luxury vehicles to people are vehicles that are fun to drive, look great, perform well, can handle in all sorts of weather, and pampers the driver. Well, this here car is my favorite for 2024, is the older version of this vehicle here. Definitely one if you want a small luxury vehicle in your garage right here. What we're looking at clearly is an Audi product. You can see the 4 rings, but it's not just any Audi. This is built on the A3 platform. So what's this going on here? You have the beautiful Audi headlights and of course lots of great aggressive spoiling on there. Of course the RS calipers on this particular model and the beautiful wheels here. You see a very aggressive looking rocker panel here, and as we circle around, with this particular model, you do get extras, like you get carbon rear wings in some cases. This is the RS3 by Audi with those gorgeous taillights, and massive exhaust pipes are a definite giveaway that you're driving something very, very special. And this car here definitely meets my criteria for fun, luxurious, and great looking driving. Now we're obviously looking at the Audi RS3. I'd personally say skip the S3 because you might as well just buy the Golf R and save yourself a few bucks, and the A3 is just a little bit bland. The RS3 spices things up. 400 horsepower, 7-speed lightning quick dual clutch transmission, all-wheel drive with this 2.5 liter 5-cylinder engine. Yes, it has an odd firing order and it actually sounds like a mini Lamborghini. It is a phenomenal drivetrain. Puts down the performance 0 to 60, 3.3 seconds. It's lightning fast. That's why you can literally have your cake and eat it too. Not only is it quick, but it's luxurious. Take a look inside. Absolutely gorgeous, well-bolstered seats with quilted accents. You have great details inside throughout, amazing high quality leather interior, flat bottom steering wheel, and all sorts of luxury and performance amenities. The last time I test drove an RS3, I was so blown away by its performance and its practicality, the fact you have a trunk, 4 doors, and this level of performance counters most supercars by today's standards. There's literally almost nothing to not love about this car, and as a result, the RS3 is one that has to make the list if you're looking for a smaller luxury vehicle. This here is the best sports car for 2024 in the affordable segment. What is this? Clearly, it's a beautiful little sports car. This comes with a rear-wheel drive setup, only comes with a manual gearbox, 6-speed, also a naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine that makes about 228 horsepower out of 2.4 liters, and this car is ultra light and fun. There's no frills, no extra add-ons. It's just base sports car that you can daily drive, you can take it to the track and have a lot of fun with it. It also doubles down as a Toyota GR86. It's essentially the same car. We have great headlights on this Subaru. Interesting little vents and mirrors. Interior that looks very sporty but very functional. But look, you do get a great wing on the back of the Subaru. There you go, and a BRZ. Of course, you have a great little tailpipe there. And it's a gorgeous car all the way through, and I truly believe this is the best sports car you can buy today. Every car nowadays comes with big twin turbo engines, dual clutch transmissions or automatics. This is stripped down, bare and simple. This, you could also compete with the Mazda MX-5 Miata or the Fiat 124 are great options, but this one here, to me, takes the cake for best sports car of 2024. So if you're looking for a premium sports car that is the ultimate in fun and frivolity, has a legendary racing heritage, this is the car that you want to get if you've got serious bankroll and you want that best sports car. This is the car. Now, Porsche 911 has been around for many decades, and there's a reason for it, because Porsche never gave up on their vision of creating the ultimate and best sports cars with racing capacity. Here we are in a late model Porsche 911. This is a Targa, as you can see right here. You can get cabriolets, you can get turbos, GT3s, GT3 RSs. Right here we have a Carrera model. It has the 3-liter twin turbo flat six cylinder engine. Made it up to a PDK, or that's a dual clutch gearbox in Porsche world. You can also get a manual in certain generations. These are absolutely gorgeous. Porsche always has the great headlights and of course gorgeous wheels with the red calipers, yellow for the carbon ceramic. This, as we said, is a Targa, which is more vintage, cycling around. This is a 991 generation. This is the outgoing model, but for 992, this year in 24, this is an absolute car you need to look at. So if you want to step up and you want the best sports car available, the Porsche 911 is your bet. And there's our number one pick for the compact vehicle on my list for 2024, goes to this little Mazda right here. Clearly a fun sporting driving experience. You can get your cake and literally eat it too. You can get yourself a manual or an automatic. The manual only comes with front wheel drive. Automatic, you can get an all-wheel drive as an upgrade. These vehicles are spectacularly fun to drive. Here we have the sedan. You can also get a hatchback. Base engine, 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine. Front wheel drive, gives you about 191 horsepower, and the upgraded turbocharged 2.5-liter gets you 250 horsepower. Yes, would you believe 0 to 60, 5.6 seconds with the turbo version. It's reliable, it's attractive, it's different, and clearly it has an automatic transmission, which is torque converter if you go with the auto, which is much better than some of its competition with the CVTs. Clearly the new Mazda 3 for 2024 is a winner by all standards. It's fun, it's attractive, it's reliable, and it's affordable. What's not to love? There you have my pick for 2024 compact sedan. As far as subcompacts go, right here. What we're looking at here is a little Kia Rio. Now, while some of its competition like the Honda Fit as well as a Toyota Yaris have gone bye-bye, unfortunately, those were the durable ones, but here is what we have left. Otherwise, your competition looks like Mini from BMW, and some other less optimistic vehicles, for example, like the Mitsubishi Mirage, where the doors fall off. These here are relatively decent. 1.6-liter 4-cylinder engine, 120 horsepower, 0 to 68.6 seconds. It's a fun little unit. It has that little 4-cylinder engine, made it up to a CVT. Other than a few flickering lights and a vibrating chassis, the car does handle quite well. You're not going to earn a lot of speeding tickets from it, but it is a lot of fun, and at $17,000 to start, it does represent a great bargain. And the best mid-size car that you can get for 2024 that I personally thought was so great, in fact, I bought one, is this car right here. What are we talking about? Well, clearly it's a Toyota Camry. You can get this in a naturally aspirated 2.5-liter 4-banger that makes over 200 ponies. You can get it coupled up to a hybrid, or you can get the beautiful naturally aspirated 3.5-liter V6 engine. Not many of those around anymore, and certainly not many with a torque converter automatic transmission tied to it. Most are CVT these days. That's why it's a triple threat. It's a great car, ultra reliable, one of their most reliable cars on the market today. It's a very, very spacious atmosphere. You can fit 2 people very comfortably up front. You can fit 3 in the back, very comfortable. Very large trunk. When you open that up, it's quite cavernous. Of course, you do have a great set of rims. Right there, it's laser cut wheels. Gorgeous interior in there as well. Sunroof on most of these models, and look, great little tuckaway mirrors. This one's a hybrid circle around. Great new headlights on these vehicles. Great aggressive rocker panels here, and circle to the back, and you'll notice it has this wonderful little fin on the back, giving a little bit of a sporting attitude. Of course, right there, more little vents and decals, and it's an overall great car. You just gotta love, because it does everything you need it to do and more. And if electric vehicles are your flavor and you've been shopping and trying to get on board with this transition, this here's the model you want. This is my pick for 2024. Clearly, we're looking at a Tesla here, and specifically which one? Right there, you can see that one there is an X. This one here is a Model 3. This is the one that you're definitely going to want to look for. Why? Well, it's their more entry-level sedan right now. The larger Model S right now has more reliability concerns, as does the Model X, which is their larger vehicle. This one here definitely has less problems. It's more mainstream, it's well supported. Get the long range, it gets you all the way. And unfortunately, some of the other electric vehicles from some of the more regular brands that are now trying to convert to pure EV is the fact that they don't necessarily have the charging infrastructure where Tesla does. And as a matter of fact, even brands like Kia and Hyundai trying to get on board with Tesla's infrastructure just to make it reasonable. But if range is your concern, definitely go with the long range or the performance, or as well, you can't get a Plaid, you have to step onto the Model S or the X for that. But either way, this is the pick for relative affordability and to get yourself into the next EV. And right here is the truck of the year for 2024, right parked behind me here with the big T on front. Why is that? Because it's a full-size truck. None of this little ridge lines, or even the Tacoma is a reliable unit, but if you need a little more towing power, this one can meet all your truck duty needs. Of course, you do have space in the box. It's a full-size pickup truck, essentially the capacity of just over a half ton. It does have a great new revised grille. Not everybody's loving that grille, but it does have this impressive looking headlights and a set of beautiful wheels there. Of course, this one here is the Platinum Edition, so it's decked out. The interior is quite well decked as well and built very well. Handles are solid and sturdy, as is the mirror that's fold away. You do get a sunroof on top with this Platinum. And clearly what's most impressive is what Toyota's done now. They've shod the old 5.7 liter naturally aspirated V8, which many people are disappointed about. Time will tell on the reliability, but now they have a twin turbo V6 engine under the hood. This new engine makes more power, is more efficient, and time will tell whether it holds up in durability. If I know Toyota like everybody else knows Toyota, we would assume that this is the truck to have. There's also some stiff competition in the next level. We're talking about the compact SUV or sport compact, and this is my choice here for vehicles I would recommend for 2024 is this little rig right here. Clearly it's a Toyota, and some of its competition, second in line, could be the Honda CR-V, but they have that 1.5 liter Turbo 4 that has some oil and fuel dilution issues. Other than that, it's a magnificent vehicle too, and would be my close runner-up. But this one here has reliability just dialed right in, and they own this technology. As we look right here, you can see the blue T right there means that it's a hybrid, and that's the version I would probably get in this particular vehicle. They're hard to come by just because of the long lead time and the chip shortages right there. We have great headlights and beautiful wheels on there. This is the hybrid, as I already mentioned, and the interiors are actually well put together and they feel quite luxurious for what they actually are. Here we have a beautiful set of two-tone handles and of course gravel guard down below. Look at this, typical Toyota. We have this very unique trademark looking taillights on this unit. This is a limited hybrid, as I mentioned already. Clearly quite a nice looking vehicle all the way around. And this is the vehicle that you would want in this smaller compact size SUV status. These have a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine coupled up through a CVT transmission, makes well over 200 horsepower, makes it fun, frivolous, and very affordable to run. Can't forget about reliable. This is the vehicle you should look at if you're looking for a compact crossover SUV type vehicle. We're talking about the mid-size SUV, and this one here is one that would make my target for the best SUV ranked for 2024 coming up. Now, granted, 24 saw a slightly different revised facelift, but the general consensus is the same, and this is the vehicle here that made my list of first choice for mid-size SUV. Right here, take a look. And here we clearly have a Honda, and Honda has a beautiful front fascia here. We do have lots of great styling details, so it's not a boring vehicle. Even from the front, you'll notice a lot of great design themes here. You always get beautiful alloy wheels in a lot of the late model vehicles, interesting looking mirrors, and of course you have some extra sensors right there. Large roof rack to assist with any of your projects for at home. It not only has a third row seating, and it also has tow capability, but this is one of the existing SUVs that still runs a naturally aspirated 3.5 liter V6 engine, made it up to a 10-speed automatic transmission that is good for immense fuel economy, 285 horsepower, and it also has variable valve timing, means it's always in the sweet spot. Very drivable, very reliable, very practical, and clearly one of those that definitely can't be ignored. Second to this, if you're looking for something slightly more techy, the Toyota Highlander with the hybrid would be another great alternative, ultra reliable, built for long life. The Honda Pilot essentially has a long-lasting durability record and is one that's easy on the pocketbook. Another very popular segment is the utility SUV marketplace. A lot of people are getting on board. Jeep Wrangler has owned this space for a long time. There's other vehicle manufacturers, of course. We talk about Toyota 4Runner, as well as some of the Land Rover products have always competed in this space. But we have a new brother to the table, but it's a rehash and a retro of the old outgoing model. And this one here makes my list of 2024's best utility SUV right here. Clearly we're looking at a full-size SUV, very utilitarian, clearly also made for off-road duty. An easy access rear spare tire in case you're jacked up in the mud trying to get your wheel. It's better than pulling it out from underneath. Do have a tow capacity about 3,500 pounds. You get a few different engine configurations, 2.3 liter turbo 4 that makes about 300 horsepower and made it up to a 10-speed automatic transmission. As well, you can get a twin turbo V6 2.7 that puts out about 330 horsepower, or the Raptor R version making about 418 horsepower. These vehicles clearly are owning the space. The Toyota is a little bit old, it's more reliable, but it's getting long in the tooth, and the Wrangler is just not quite as good a vehicle. This has better road manners, can muster 17 miles to the gallon on the highway, and is quite a new looking unit, stands out and has a great presence on the road. But look at some of the great detail. Beautiful gunmetal wheels here. This is the big bend, and of course we have a basic set of mirrors. The interior is a little bit Spartan and the materials are slightly on the cheapest side, but they're easy to clean. And a set of 4 doors here for easy access for all your friends and family to go along for the off-roading ride. Lots of easy replacement parts, plastic here, plastic there, as well as a beefy looking rear bumper that takes a hit. Of course, lots of other great parts here that are made for off-road duty. Running boards to help your smaller family members get inside, and you do have this great little tie-down rack on the front, as well as a great set of headlights. Look at those LED lights on this beautiful Bronco. Here it is in all its glory. This is my #1 choice this year for 2024 in utility SUVs. So my favorite for the luxury SUV segment and the performance SUV segment goes to this unit here. Now there's been a lot of stiff competition from the Lamborghini Urus, Ferrari Purosangue, now of course even the Audi RS3, and there's a lot of great vehicles out there in this space, but the Porsche Cayenne brings all of it. The beauty with the Cayenne is there's many different engine configurations, but what's hot in 2024 now is they've swapped out in the Cayenne S, which is their mid-level unit, they've swapped out the old 2.9 liter twin turbo V6. Now they've moved it up to the 4 liter V8 twin turbo. That's the engine that you're finding detuned from the Lamborghini Urus as well as the Audi RS3. So you're getting all of that fun and frivolity in a slightly detuned package with a wonderful automatic transmission, 8-speed that is lightning quick and ultra reliable. These vehicles are known for their performance heritage as well. You can't forget that Porsche is great for handling. It doesn't drive like a big wallowy SUV, it actually drives like it's on rails. But look at these great new bulbous headlights, quite different. You've got more of a square shoulder line here from the older generation. The front nose definitely resembles more the 911 lineup, the 992, where you have sort of the squared nose off here. Of course, beautiful vents here as well. And this Porsche, there's your typical brand. And as we see down the side, it's a great looking unit, lots of great detail from color keyed flares, gorgeous laser cut rims, beautiful fold-away mirrors, and lots of glass on the roof to enjoy all that sunlight inside. Look at the bulbous hips on this thing, and I love that rear light bar at the back of this Cayenne S. You'll notice a set of 4 quad tips here and gorgeous wheels. What about the inside? The interior is absolutely gorgeous. It feels like you're in a jet fighter. But if you're looking for a premium performance luxury SUV, the Porsche Cayenne has you covered. And with all of that said, be sure to check out right there 2024's most reliable luxury SUVs. Hope to see each and every one of you on the next one. We'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.